Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Silent Kingdom. Last time we had to break out of our own castle because apparently we are reliving the same day over and over and over again because of something going on. So yeah, let's see what the outside world is actually looking like. Some leaves of the tree remind me of flames. Forest looks very pretty. A black bird. Was that a crow? You seem surprised. This is the first time I've seen a real one. A small chuckle slips free of Seneca. You're like a little cub who just dared to venture out of its den, aren't you? I never had the chance to set foot beyond the castle walls. Let's break free. Alrighty, multiple paths, multiple paths. What is that? In a small clearing of the forest, I find a statue of a woman on her knees. She looks as if she's kneeling to pray. How strange. This doesn't look like an altar to the goddess. Who might she be? Well, that may be a statue of. She's very beautiful, wouldn't you agree? Yes, she is. Okay. Looks like I cannot venture further this way. Gotta try the other way. Welp. Off in the distance, an unexpected sight sends a chill down my spine. Terrors. Welp. Guess we have to fight them now. I suppose. Let's boost Seneca's abilities for a bit. And then he can go a little bit ham. So, like, which is your weakness? Ah, that's nice. Fire is the weakness. Let's do a bit of Invictum. Alrighty. Yes, 2 hits. And fire. Ui, ui, ui. That might actually be a bit too much. This thing is practically dead. Yay, level 3. Are you right? Let's continue. My words escape as a growl, a tired order. I can taste bile on my tongue, but I swallow my nausea and fear both. Did you know? It's said that the stomach of terrors is a bottomless pit. No matter how much life they devour, they never feel sated. There's an abyss inside them, a hole of perpetual emptiness. Can you imagine? That is a terrible sickness. It is. Take care that you never suffer from it. In any case, I was just thinking out loud, don't mind me. Earthy creature. Ah, her bloody face wears an expression of dread I've never seen before. Oh yeah, the outside world is not looking so hot. I do have several potions, but I don't know how often I will get to... get them. Or whether I can buy them in the future. Ah, random encounters. Oh no. Oh no. This is not good. I have no idea where to... if there's even a place to heal yet, and my potions are limited. But I can escape, yeah? Phew. I want to find a safe place before I start to do any kind of grinding. Why is this place so big? Can't go here. Oh, that's a rather big forest goddess statue. You stand before a holy shrine, gazing upon his visage. It's as if the goddess smiles upon you. I can offer the old silver coins? Well, in that story it said I had to offer 4. Your offering seems to have satisfied the goddess. Oh, nice. Nah. No! Oh god. Man. I hate this. Yeah, this is bad. Not very good at all. Why did the cost of everything go up? God bless at least that worked. Yeah. And I don't even give that much XP. Lousy things. There's way too much places to go in here. Oh, nice. 10 XP. I would like... We're getting close. Keep moving forward. Alright. I would like a stable place to heal. These things don't even give me money. Man. What is that tower in the distance? I heard it's a prison. I have the constant feeling that we are being watched. Look behind you. Well, those are kinda... suspicious? A little? Seneca, there's someone over there. Worry not, they won't come any closer. How do you know? Who are they? Some old acquaintances, but pay them no heed. Not for the time being. We had better keep moving forward. Time is running out. Yay. Is this the place? My mistress is waiting inside. Open the door. This is... Well, this certainly looks like that one room where we confronted our father in. This is nothing but an illusion, princess. Soon you shall realize that here you are able to think clearly, for better or worse. In front of us there's a woman of outstanding beauty. Her voice is calm and her smile enigmatic. She seems familiar. Thank you for guiding her, Seneca. Mistress. Allow me to welcome you, Princess Erinus. I'm Circe, the one many call a witch. Yeah, I think I know you. You are the woman who walked alongside my father. Yes, I am, and it was here in this very room where the plan for your kingdom's fall was conjured up. Explain yourself. I must warn you that reality can be extremely cruel if you lack the courage to face it. I came all this way to hear the truth for myself, presuming there's any coming from your lips. I shall start by revealing the reason behind your nonsensical behavior. The reason for it exists in a truth you do not seem fully aware of. We are not in the real world, but in a dream. A dream? Scenes and images flash in my head as I begin reliving various moments, unable to tell which memories are real and which are not. Oh, stained glass. 7 years ago, the king of Chrystaria decided to defy the goddess's will by declaring war on the neighboring kingdom of Fortuna. His plan was to capture and execute Princess Megarea, possessor of divine blood. This would be the first time a king dared to rebel against the goddess's plan. However, just as war seemed imminent, the unthinkable happened. The day of your 13th birthday, right before dusk fell upon the land, the goddess descended from the heavens. She filled every last corner of your kingdom with her presence and announced to all the punishment for Crystaria's arrogance and disobedience. You, innocent child, and blood of her blood, were merely put to sleep for the goddess to keep under her control. You have been immersed in a pleasant dream ever since, while your body kept growing as the years passed. The rest fell victim to a terrible curse. From the king to the very last vassal, everyone witnessed how the skin lost its warmth, only to be transformed into stone. Now an endless amount of statues fill every corner of your kingdom with nothing but silence. Ah, that's why it's the Silent Kingdom. And that's also why we found that statue of a woman in the woods. Welp. I see this goddess is rather strict. No, this can't be true. This means I have nothing left? So you're saying that while I dream, every person I've ever loved has turned into stone? That if there truly is a real world, now I'm alone in it? I've never been alone before. It's incredibly hard for me to accept this, so unimaginably hard. Poor princess without a kingdom. Loneliness is a fearsome enemy for those who have never seen its class before. You... I fix my gaze upon her, recognizing her as the source of all this misfortune. What kind of poisonous tales did you whisper in the king's ears? The same tales you came seeking for yourself, princess. The truth. I did warn you, the truth can be devastating. But I'm afraid I lack the luxury of time to offer you every answer you seek. Soon night shall fall in your realm. And like every day before the last, you will inevitably wake up in your room with no recollection of any of this. You must make a decision before that happens, here and now. You have my attention. There is a way to free your people of their fate. The path ahead is filled with thorns, but in you I discern a strong spirit. One of a true sovereign. I would not have come here otherwise. Well, I'll do anything to save my kingdom. That's the thing that matters most for now. I knew you would say something like that. Words truly worthy of a princess. In that case, please look towards the table behind you. There's something I left there, which you will need in this endeavor. When I look at him, Seneca looks back at me with a silent smile. Time is scarce. Oh, that's a dagger. A dagger? Its name is Soulbreaker. If you want to save your kingdom, you must kill the goddess with it. Phew! Kill the goddess? The mother of all creation? Such blasphemous words should feel like a blade to my ears, and yet they seem so comfortably nest within my heart. This is the goddess that Hibisart has worshipped for centuries, only for the devoted to have their faith and service spit upon in them. Yeah, I mean, honestly, only the king should have turned to stone. Not all of the people. They have nothing to do with this. Ungrateful mother, I cannot help but curse her from the depths of my heart. So you say it is possible to kill the goddess with this dagger? Not exactly, but... for not even the Soulbreaker can achieve such a feat on its own, it requires certain circumstances. The first of which has already presented itself in an opportune moment. The goddess has fallen into a deep slumber after using the remnants of her power, inflicting a curse upon the entire kingdom. She's weaker than ever. This is why we must act now, before she recovers and wakes up. How will I even reach the goddess? Even the dead cannot go beyond the garden of the just. You shall know when the moment comes. Before that, you must dedicate your efforts to preparing the Soulbreaker. This will be your true mission. I glance at the dagger between my fingers. Prepared? How? I do like the CG though. You must plunge it into the depths of hearts of the other princesses. Nourish it with their blood, their last living breaths. Oh yeah, you are absolutely... a spider weaving her web, I see. Feed it with the souls born from the goddess. Do that and you shall be in possession of the most powerful weapon ever created. Capable of killing the goddess herself, now that she's weakened. To save my kingdom, I have to murder the other princesses. It's terribly macabre. I won't be able to save my kingdom if I don't become a murderer who spills innocent blood. My soul will be callous, vile. But what are 3 lives compared to the whole kingdom? It's a fair sacrifice for the greater good. I'm sure father would do it without so much as a second thought. Well, I'm Crostaria's princess. I will never turn my back on my people. For them, I'm willing to stain my hands and my soul. Spoken like a true sovereign. Now tell me, how can I awaken from the spell? You must die, princess. When the Princess Emeries from the dream dies, the dream shall die with her. Only then will our eyes open in reality. Seneca will be waiting with the Soulbreaker at the capital in Fortuna. Look for an inn called Flowers for the Queen. I cast my gaze down towards the reflection on the dagger's blade. The girl within trembles, causing me to grip it tighter in a bid to banish my fear. Dying. Isn't your kingdom worth any kind of sacrifice? Sure, why not? Stab yourself with the dagger. I collect my composure with a long drawn-out breath before raising the dagger, holding it towards my chest with both hands. I almost wince when Seneca suddenly and unexpectedly grabs my wrist, forcing me to meet his gaze. This is not the end, I promise. I'll see you again. I offer him no reply except for a brief nod. Slowly he releases me, withdrawing his hands once more as he steps back. Tightening my hold on the hilt, I turn my attention back to the raised dagger. Its deadly gleam overwhelms me as much as my own reflection on the blade does. My own eyes look back at me as if I were a foe to slay. This is the first sacrifice. For my father, for my kingdom. Hoo-hoo-hoo. The twilight of a kingdom is not gentle, nor is it serene. The twilight of a kingdom is tempestuous, cruel, and merciless. It is sword, axe, and hammer, pain cries, and devastating wounds. Two hearts side by side, one withered, one bitter. Death is not kind. If it intended to be so, I would refuse it. For I swear that never again shall you take from me the frenzied madness that life should always be. I awake abruptly, the first breath of life grating on my ears. My pulse races uncontrollably as I instinctively bring a hand to my chest, resting it atop the imaginary wound. I am alive. The witch spoke true. I remain motionless for what seemed like an eternity. I'm in my bedroom, yet it's foreign to me. It's then I realize I'm surrounded by flowers on my bed, scattered atop the sheets as if it were a grave. Not a single petal is wilted. I feel so exhausted, and my body feels so heavy. But we gotta get up anyway. My entire being feels weighed down. It's an immense effort to merely lift myself upright. When my feet finally touch the floor, my knees begin to quiver. I mean, you have been sleeping for 7 years? A sense of immense loneliness overwhelms me. My bed, my grave. It's full of dust. I brush away some of the dust with my hand to peer at my reflection. I look the same, but am I? Good question. Uy, there are a lot of flowers here, huh? It's full of dust. Well, it's certainly a silent kingdom now. It's dark and extremely silent. Well, time to explore reality, I suppose. Denise, is that you? No longer will you come to wake me every morning. No longer will I see your smile. I'll bring you back to life, I promise. Oi, oi, oi. All the mates. I should probably go up there and catch my stuff. By the way, do I still have... I only have the drops of resurrection, huh? But all my potions are gone. But I see I came to the right place. I may need this. Great sword. The sword feels really heavy. A small gleam near the statue's feet catches the prince's attention. Take a look. A half-moon-shaped stone. 7 years sleeping. It's a wonder you can even properly walk. So much silence. Phew. There's father. Father. Oh, you were so foolish. Father, it's me. I don't know if you can hear me underneath that shell stone, but I promise to do everything in my power to save and avenge our kingdom. I will be worthy. Even if it costs me my life. Determination swells in the princess's breast upon offering her pledge, almost as if her father had somehow heard her and offered up what little strength he had left to give. Oh, defense +1. Goodbye, father. No, I wonder... I'm pretty sure Chrono is, like, supposed to be a love interest, so... I would hope that he's awake. Somehow. Goddess seems to be mocking me. The door to the throne's room are locked. But let's do a little... Oi, oi, oi. I see, everyone was coming to the rescue, huh? So many people. Yeah, I can't go to the kitchen. Hmm. Solomon is also... I'm sorry, Professor. But a map of Harmonia. Yeah, we will be able to make use of that. Alrighty, no choice but to go out, I suppose. Main doors are very heavy, and try as I might, right now I lack the strength to force them open. Must find another way out. A balcony, perhaps? Alrighty, I know what kind of balcony you are looking for. Though I don't know... Are you strong enough to climb? I guess I hope your balcony isn't too far away from... Isn't too far away from the ground. So alone. Yeah, everyone, it's turned to stone. I'm sure Chrono must be around somewhere, though. He must be around somewhere. I can't descend while carrying the sword, it's too heavy. I have no choice but to throw it down and hope for the best. Don't stab someone while throwing it. I begin climbing down carefully. My body feels clumsy and weak. Moving my limbs has never felt so difficult. I only make it halfway down before my grip loosens and I slip, my arms lacking the strength to hold on to the vine any longer. My startled scream precedes a violent impact against the ground. Youch. Ugh. I feel numb. Whether I've broken a bone or not, I can't tell. But I lack the strength to stand up right now. I curl up against myself instead. I'm alone. Alone in a world with no voices or faces. Staying inside a dream that never ends isn't a solution either, you know. It was all fake. Can't allow myself to be this weak. Yeah, but crying about is a good move. I love the sound of my own sobbing. For what feels like an eternity, it's all I can hear throughout the cold night. I try to muffle it. A threateningly deep and guttural growl suddenly pulls me back to reality. An enormous black beast towers over me, standing upright on its hind legs. Its crimson eyes pierce my soul. I can't find my sword, but even with it, I would lack the strength to stand up before the beast decides to pounce. What if this is just another dream? What if I wake up again? Perhaps death will be a new beginning. No, I don't think so. My instincts scream at me to run away, to crawl if necessary. I don't want to die, to be devoured like some piece of meat. It can't end like this. Don't touch her! Huh? Yay, that's probably him, yeah? There's no time to think before a stranger suddenly places himself between the terror and I. He stands tall and firm, his shield raised defiantly. His eyes shine with a fierce glow, as if he's in a frenzy. The warrior wastes no time striking the beast's maw with his shield, thrusting his sword deep into its underbelly. The blade tears through its entrails in a brutal, merciless movement. The hideous shriek of the terror echoes through the night, like the ill-fated melody of a living nightmare. It's enough to make my blood run cold. I saw you before. I suppose he has been watching over her even while she was asleep. I stare up at the stranger's back, transfixed as his body tolls beneath the weight of his heavy breathing. I don't know him, and yet... Princess. Within his indigo eyes, I swear I catch a glimpse of a blue sky, a far-away, gentle, and yet so somehow familiar sky. My lips curl into a very weak smile. I've borne witness to a ghost, and at the sight of him I feel home again. My eyes draw too close. I might be falling, but I feel... I am glad to see you two at least still, not petrified. Bruno, come, eat something. The princess won't disappear if you take your eyes off her for one brief moment. Forgive me, grandmother, but I don't have any appetite. Oh, you've always driven by passion and nothing else. She will return to us. No longer do I sense a curse upon her. Grandmother, do you think that the princess's awakening might be a sign that the kingdom is recovering? I lament to be the one to snatch such hope away from you, but I am afraid that the goddess's punishment remains well rooted to this land. It must be something else. Someone must have awakened the princess, for good or for bad. Who? Well, why don't we ask her now that she's stirring awake? I open my eyes wearily. Soon enough, I notice something is out of place. For as long as I can remember, the first sight that always greeted me upon awakening was my bedroom, so where am I now? Princess, oh, I deeply feared that I would never see you again during what little time remains of my life. A voice. A familiar voice, almost as if nothing had changed. Oracle? Wait, I recognize this place, but I can't make any sense of this. Am I dreaming again? Is my mind simply overwhelmed by grief, knowing that I am truly alone in this world? I'm so happy to see you. My dear child, it is you who has brought such an unimaginable happiness to this old woman. But this isn't possible, is it? The whole kingdom was... Only the two of us could avoid the curse. It's truly a tragedy. Immediately, I take notice of the other survivor in the room. It's the young man who saved me from the terror. Hi, you have grown. Wait, Chrono? It has been a while. But you were always so much younger than me. You were just a child. I have always been a year younger than you, Princess. Well, yeah, in a dream that was not really reflected anymore after 7 years. Having lived inside a dream for so long, I'm now having difficulty distinguishing reality from what was only inside my mind all this time. You should know that Chrono has been protecting the castle against terrors and bandits ever since that fateful day. Truth be told, bandits rarely step inside these lands for fear of being cursed. Thank you for your loyalty, Chrono. You have demonstrated true and unparalleled commitment to my house in our hour of need. Truly, I could never ask for a greater squire. Thank you, Princess. He's changed so much. There's something familiar about him, and yet, at the same time, there isn't. 7 years being alone with his grandmother in this place does change a person. I wonder how much remains of the energetic, shy little kid who was so unabashedly trained in the gardens all those years ago. I still can't believe that I am truly awake. It's becoming difficult to distinguish dream from reality. Just a moment ago, I thought I was completely alone in the world, and now for some reason, you both are here by my side. I fear this may be too good to be true. Believe it to be true, Princess. Even in these dark days, there's always a reason. I am the goddess's oracle because I partook of her fruit. A part of her essence runs through my veins, purifying my soul. This is why I possess the power to repel her rage. I did all that I could to keep Chrono safe until the goddess's light faded from the sky and nothing but the black night remained. The oracle closed her eyes in sorrow. Must be a very painful memory for her. To think while all this happened, I was dreaming of bright days and celebrations. My gaze falls low upon the sheets as I become prey to my own guilt and anger. Oracle, Chrono. I raise my head towards them. If I have ever harbored any doubts about the path I must walk, they're well and truly gone now. I'm here to break the curse and free our kingdom. So, yeah. So, you probably told him about the plan to kill the goddess, huh? You aim to kill the goddess? I realize what I just said would have been deemed the most unforgivable form of blasphemy, but... It's been a long time since the goddess ceased being our guardian and instead became our executioner. Never again shall I worship the one who destroyed my kingdom. The goddess's punishment has been terrible. In such dark hours, only a fool would fail to understand how such anger might be overwhelming. However, in spite of everything that has happened, she is still the guardian of the world. None can tell what will become of the land and our very soul without her. Earlier, you confessed that your visions have weakened. It coincides with what the witch said, does it not? That the goddess fell into a deep slumber and now her presence is barely felt? Haven't both sun and moon continued to rise and fall even in her absence? My child, you speak of matters unknown to you. Not even I, as close to the goddess as I am, know all of the details. You might do well to remember that it was the truth spoken by a witch that ultimately resulted in the fall of an entire kingdom. Back then, your father refused to listen. That woman had dug her claws into him, filling his ears with dastardly whispers. And now she's doing the same to you. She's leaving you deaf and blind with rage. I fear that Crystaria's downfall may not suffice for her. I don't fully trust the witch. I will definitely investigate what is going on further. I mistrust her intentions just as much as you do. But in spite of that, she is not wrong. A kingdom is cursed. If there's any possibility of saving Chrystaria, I will entertain it, no matter the cost. I cannot walk away. Oh, my child, you speak with passion, but also as someone who feels they have nothing left to lose. As if the world has already ended for you and nothing but sorrow and hatred remains. Yeah, true. I suppose the other kingdoms still exist and are not cursed and probably want to keep being not cursed and they want to keep their princesses. But... well... who could blame her, though? For going on a little rampage? I'm sorry for disappointing you, Oracle. Truly I am. But accepting the death sentence bestowed upon my kingdom is not an option for me. This is not what I was born to do. If you are so keen on defying fate, at least allow this poor old woman to ask you one last question. You are about to spill innocent blood and sink the world into the depths of chaos. What feelings stir in your heart knowing this? I can't allow myself to feel. As the future sovereign of Chrystaria, I'm in a position where I'm required to make difficult choices. The fate of an entire kingdom rests solely upon my shoulders. I do not have the luxury of doubting myself, nor indulging in cowardice or compassion. The Oracle nods gloomily. But I can promise you from the bottom of my heart that the first drop of blood that I am willing to spill for this kingdom is my own. The path you walk will be full of thorns. I shall pray for your soul not to stray along the way. Rina remained silent, not offering up a single word on the matter. I cannot tell what he must think of all this. For some reason, I'm beginning to feel very sleepy. My eyelids begin to close and I am forced to shake my head just to stay awake. You should rest. There's still a long night ahead. I've been resting for 7 years. I don't understand why I feel so tired. You are unused to being awake. You will likely experience periods of deep sleep for a while until your body adjusts. I'll give you a remedy to help you recover faster. However, you must try to gather your strength for tomorrow. Yes, you are right. Thank you, Oracle. She offers a weak smile before her turn to leave for bed. Oi, 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 oi. I open my eyes abruptly. Tiny jump scare. My heart is pounding. It's still night. The darkness unsettles me. I'm unused to it. Am I awake? Suddenly the fear that I may be somewhere else overwhelms me. What if the Oracle and Chrono have disappeared? The Oracle. I notice her sleeping in a bed next to me and a sense of relief washes over me. Looking at her face as she sleeps makes me feel more at ease. At least I know that she's still here and this wasn't a dream. On the other hand, I don't see Chrono. Let's save. Where are you, Chrono? The silence that fills the air is tormenting me. I wonder, will death be similar to this? Frigid air greets my skin with a pinch as I step outside. It's a strange thing to accept that Cresteria has become so cold. Well, at least you can be somewhat self-sufficient over here. With a little garden. I finally spot Chrono. He's lying on the grass close to the lake. Is he asleep? His eyes are closed. He seems to be asleep. It still feels strange when I think about how he's the same kid I knew from the dream. Sit beside him. I find myself drawn to his company and carefully sit down alongside him. My eyes get lost in the quiet stillness of the lake. At this hour, the water looks like a dark, bottomless well. Nothing is as I remember. Where is my kingdom? Who dwells in it? You couldn't sleep either? I can't help but jump slightly in spite of how calm his voice is. I know the song. I know the song. I don't remember from where though. Probably another indie game. But I most definitely know this song. When I shift my gaze to him, I find he's looking back at me in turn. I'm sorry, did I wake you? No. The CGs in this game are so pretty. Hey, you didn't come to sleep out here because I was occupying your bed, did you? No, I notice a slight blush on his cheek. He breathes out a discreet sigh. I was just thinking. You were very quiet earlier. I would like to know your thoughts. About the possibility of saving Crystarium. These lands have been devastated for so long. I barely remember the bustling street of the old days. Laughter of every morning. And you are the first and only glimmer of hope this kingdom has seen in ages. I turn my gaze forward again, towards a black abyss, posing as a lake. My feet move idly in the grass, one rubbing against the other. It is a relief to hear that, Chrono, yet at the same time I'm surprised. You know as well as your grandmother that making an attempt on the goddess's life is a crime unlike any ever imagined. If it is a crime, then I will help you commit it. Ooh, nice. His declaration is met with wide eyes as I turn to look at him again stunned. To hear those words to my ears, they sound like agreement. I feel that Chrono understands me, that I'm not alone. It's almost as if a part of those days is still with me. Am I that afraid? You're brave, Chrono, and perhaps just as reckless as I. I feel selfish for admitting that I would gladly accept your company on a path that lies ahead. However, in this world's eyes, my soul is filthy. I do not wish to drag you down into the abyss with me. Princess, could you try lying down for a moment? I can't hide my bewilderment as I look to him, his gaze still fixated on the sky above. Though puzzled, I oblige and mimic him regardless. I lie down with my back on the grass, and I can't help but let out a breath of amazement. At least the sky is so pretty, as it always has been. I had been so focused on the lake that I hadn't paid attention to how beautiful the stars look. When was the last time I truly saw them? I think it was many, many years ago, together with Chrono, just like this. Those days didn't hurt. We remained like this for a while, lying side by side in silence, watching the stars shimmer from this pocket of calm, lost within a withered kingdom. His presence brings me comfort. And the breeze is gentle, and my eyelids are only getting heavier. Who would have guessed that even in the depths of the darkness I would still find something so... By the way, I am quite a fan of like Princess X slash her knight kind of ships, so... Where am I? The mattress that nestled warmly against my still body still feels familiar, but the air carries a scent I haven't breathed in a long time. That might have greeted me from the gardens of the past. And I feel such joy and such sorrow. It's overwhelming. Oh, goddess, is it you? I managed to open my eyes. What are you doing here? Weren't you supposed to be in another kingdom waiting for us? The silhouette of a stranger in dangerous proximity to the princess makes my blood run cold. How was your awakening, princess? He whispers warmly with a sweet voice, a serpent in a child's ears. Now you know how much truth there was to my mistress's words. Reality cuts deeper than 1,000 swords. I cannot move. It's as if I lack not only the body, but a voice too. Oh, so you're not alone? You most definitely are something different. So, Crysteria's oracle's alive. How fortunate that she survived. That must have been quite a relief to you. The stranger looks at me intently, aware of my presence. For a moment, he's all that I can see and perceive. Goddess of mine, mother of creation, I beg of you to open your eyes. For shadows spread while you sleep. Well, well. I'm still here. It seems nothing robbed the kingdom's birds of their song. The last thing I remember is watching the stars with Chrono, so how did I end up back up in bed? I am assuming Chrono carried you. You're awake. Good morning, Chrono. You seem surprised. No, I mean good morning, princess. How did you sleep? I slept well. I assume it was thanks to your grandmother's remedy. That's good to hear. Chrono, I don't quite remember what happened last night. Did I fall asleep? Yes, outside. I carried you to your bed afterwards. Grandmother wasn't exaggerating when she said that you were a deep sleeper. Thank you for carrying me. No need to thank me. You should talk to my grandmother. She has something for you. Yeah, apparently we got the attention of something, not so human. Good morning, Oracle. I'm... Oh, princess, would you be so kind as to bring me one of the little jars from the table by the entrance? Sure. A small jar. Ah, yes, this one is perfect. The oracle begins filling the jar with some sort of elixir. She seems to have been preparing. Oracle? I am ready to depart. This is a farewell. You kinda need clothes still. Won't you say anything? Are you planning on leaving like this with neither a weapon in hand nor armor on your back? I was planning on visiting the castle's armory before departing. I should find something there. I see. Grandmother. Chrono, give it to her. Take this, princess. This key opens the closet in the bedroom, where we've kept something that belongs to you. The closet key. Alrighty then. This is... This is the armor your mother wore the day she met the king on the battlefield fighting terrors. Mother. And the sword is a gift that the king ordered to be forged for you shortly after your birth. No one has ever wielded it. It has waited for you all these years. Chrono, why don't you go outside and tend to the garden while the princess changes? Of course. Hey, runs. You obtain Prometheus. Ooh. That is a name for a sword, alright? You obtain Maiden of Ashes. Of ashes, eh? Well, she certainly looks like a god slayer now. Finally, I'm ready to depart, Chrono. Although I try to hide it, there's a knot in my throat and another one in my stomach. Princess. I'm caught off guard as Chrono suddenly bends the knee, his eyes now glistening sharply with a determination that could slice the air between us. With Crysteria's oracle as witness, and as the squire I have served as since the day I was born, I ask you to take me with you. Allow me to become Crysteria's sword and shield. I swear to you I shall pledge to spill every last drop of my blood for its salvation if I must. Chrono. You are the oracle's kin. As it stands right now, you should consider me an enemy. Chrono, not an ally. Yes, she is the oracle. She is sworn to the goddess above all else. But I was born a squire, and thus I am sworn to my kingdom, and to you. In truth, I had feared setting off on this path alone from the start, and I know I will need all the help I can get. I mean, he is an adult now. He can decide for his own what he wants. Though I am worried about leaving the oracle all alone here, but let's accept Chrono. Stand up, Chrono. Although looking somewhat dubious, Chrono obeys. Rising to his feet, he stands firm as he looks me straight in the eye, awaiting my response. Choosing to spill your blood for your kingdom is a right that no one can take from you. More than ever, Krysteria is in need of its bravest. I would be honored to have you serve by my side as a squire on this journey, from which I cannot guarantee that will return. His chest empties completely as he breathes a heavy sigh of relief. When his eyes meet with mine again, they glint with an honest sparkle. Thank you, princess. Chrono turns his attention towards the oracle. I just hope that you will be able to forgive me someday. There's nothing to forgive, Chrono. I always knew the day would come when you would decide to leave, that your fate wouldn't be found in the calmness of acceptance. When I sought the goddess's mercy in the skies, you sought only the fragments of your dear kingdom, quivering alongside its memories. The oracle shakes her head softly. No, your fate has always been tied to hers. Grandmother? Go now. You have things to prepare for the journey. Take some food and all the gold you can find in the cottage. There shall be much more in the castle's vaults, but I don't recommend carrying much on such a dangerous path. Thank you, Grandmother. Will you be alright? The kingdom is still infested with terrors. You shouldn't stay here on your own with no means to protect yourself. Come with us, at least as far as Fortuna. An oracle must never leave her kingdom. Your concern is misplaced either way. It is not me you must fear for. Come, I'll give you the last of the remedy I prepared. It should suffice towards your complete recovery. I shall pray to the goddess for your soul. Goodbye, home of my childhood, my silent kingdom. I'm taking your laughter and despair with me as I march towards the unknown as a princess, a champion, and a murderer. A different version of the same song. I am fortunate enough to return someday. If I am fortunate enough to return someday, it shall be with both my sword and soul stained with blood, and with the world on its knees for you. This feels like the end of the prologue. Oi, yeah, you guys gotta fight through a lot of shit. I struggle to catch my breath. Before me in a mangled heap lies the lifeless body of a terror. Despite my exhaustion, I'm compelled to destroy every last one of these beasts. Princess, how do you fare? I am not recovered yet. I need more time to recover my strength. We've been on our feet since dawn and sunset is fast approaching. Perhaps we ought to find a place to spend the night, lest we find ourselves trapped in darkness. Of course, resting while we have the chance would be wise. I still have the medicine the oracle gave me. She said I ought to drink it just before I head to sleep. I pray I will be well rested come tomorrow. Chrono is a character who specializes in taking damage and protecting the group. There are 4 types of shield he can carry, of Rook, of King, of Bishop and of Queen. Each type will bring a different effect to the command Defend. Yeah, he has much more HP. Lion Shield of Rook. When defending, adds a 50-point barrier to the user. I see, but we don't have any other options yet. And 100 coins, I see. We have 2 potions, map. And a half-moon shaped stone for whatever we may need it in the future. Oi. Some enemies will have protection barriers. This gives them extra HP and must be lowered before they can receive actual damage. Crone was able to penetrate the enemy's barrier with his attacks, as well as grant barriers to his allies. I see. And let's grant myself an victim. Enemy speed, huh? Powerful attack that penetrates and shatters the enemy's barrier. Provoke, strengthen. Guardian of Steel strengthens the target's defenses 1 turn and reduces the recharge of all abilities within 3 turns. Barrier. Yeah, sure. I keep forgetting the quick time events. Man. Ay ay ay. What was that? I am so bad at these quick time events. But yeah, at least I can use Rex and Para. But Chrono can't use his yet. Well, the barrier's already gone, but might as well use it. Ah yeah, I definitely have a bit more XP. And I got a potion, at least that. Oh, a fire rune. Rune adds elemental damage to attacks while equipped. To equip a rune, open... Yeah. I suppose I can try it out. Yeah, that's a poor sap who has been turned to stone. His arm fell off. The day the curse is lifted, I fear what will become of him. That's a big hole. The bridge was felled. It looks like a war zone. Perhaps it was, the terrors, or... When the situation calls for it, our own soldiers will destroy terrain in order to hinder an enemy's advance. War is won through sacrifices. Father used to say that. This chasm must be one of the so-called scars of Chrysteria. It's the first I've laid eyes upon one. Professor Solomon was right when he claimed these scars extend as far as the eye can see. Our tales claim these canyons were created by a great dragon. They are considered proof of the existence of the kind. What strange rocks. They're reminiscent of dragon's claws. Soldiers. These men were protecting Chrysteria when a calamity struck. What you looking at? Poor guys. A path guarded by 2 pillars. Perhaps it's the entrance to one of the sanctuary pilgrims visit to pay homage to the goddess? It's likely so. Is there anything above here? Skeletons, shit, nice. Remains of a war I never bore witness to. Alrighty then. I have no healer at the moment though, yeah. That makes the... that makes the random encounters a lot more scary. Did I advance plot? Princess, do you have a moment? What is it? I just wanted to give you this. A flower? I haven't seen any since we departed. I found it on the path. Before it's devoured by a terror, I thought it best that it be with you instead. Yeah, I don't know if plugging it was the best idea, but... he meant well. Thank you, Chrono. I'll make a nice memento to carry with me to remind me of these lands. There's a faint hint of a smile playing on the squire's lips. Obtain white flower. This looks like a good place to rest. Tread carefully, there may be terrors lurking within. Statue of a headless woman stands scarred by the entrance of the house. It's too late for her. Cautiously, we enter the house, alert and ready to react to any suspicious movement or sound. Looks clear. Great, we shall spend the night. Let's light a fire to chase the darkness out. The kitchen might still be functional. I hope I can still visit that place from before. Princess, would you like to eat now? I want to explore some more. Alright. The chest lock has a half moon shape engraved on it. Yes, I found its place it was meant to be used. A ring of strength. Yes. Give me more power. Everything is covered in dust. Closet. I keep my armor and weapon here while I sleep. I lit this candle to banish the darkness. I'll sleep beside its light. An old dusty book. Its title reads, "The Sweetest Aroma." I remember reading it years ago. Oi, 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 is there only one bed? Yeah, I shouldn't leave now. Yes, yes. But I think this is a good place as any to stop for now. And we shall see how everything continues next time. I suppose first things first, we somehow need to get out of this cursed kingdom to Fortuna. So yeah, until then, bye-bye.